There was a recent tweet I saw by Ashish Chanchalani, the influencer, where he compared Parmanu with Oppenheimer, and it talks about how Indians are not having a taste in watching good movies, and we don't go out to support movies like Superboy of Malegaon's or Homebound, you know, movies like these, really artsy movies that make it to the Oscar every year or are nominated for Oscars, but we don't support good movies. We don't go watch them. Tumbad is a classic example. When the film released, it flopped. When it re-released, it did well again. But here is the fallacy of this, right? India as a nation, we do have good taste, but that is in selective pockets. Or secondly, to compare a movie like Parmanu with Oppenheimer, Ashish Bhai, whatever you are smoking, please stop smoking it. First of all, right, it's people like you who make content that was cringe, and when you started entering the mainstream Bollywood industry, you sort of realized that you are an outsider, and now that you are an insider, and to further your ambition to make good films, you have to suck up to the Bollywood. The problem with Bollywood is nobody has spine. There are these 4 or 5 film families that keep churning out the same script again and again and again. The same nepotistic actors. Masters of Bollywood is a great meta commentary, and there are times when nepotism actually works when it comes to series like Bastards of Bollywood. That the Khan family, the SRK family has great conviction and courage to take jokes on themselves. But coming back to Ashish comparing Parmanu with Oppenheimer, by the way, Parmanu was a very profitable film. On a 35 crore budget, the film had 91 or 92 crores in box office collections. So it did sort of well. The problem with Bollywood is that despite being one of the largest entertainment industries in the world, not in terms of box office collection, but in terms of the movies that we make every year, the output of those movies are absolute shit. The same 4 or 5 families will keep casting the same 4 or 5 people again and again and again. They deliver flops after flops after flops, and nobody raises an eye in giving them better scripts or better stories. The problem is the writing. Somebody like an Oppenheimer will make a few films every 5 years. Not every year they are making 3, 5 films, 10 films. Like some of the actors that do in Bollywood or in the regional cinema industry, the same formula, nonsense bullshit plot. Hollywood takes its chances, and yes, in Hollywood there is also nepotism. Nobody is disregarding that, but at least the nepotism there is pretty good. And whereas you have outsiders who suddenly become insiders, don't have the guts to call out what's wrong in the film industry, you don't have enough cinema screen density in India. Even producers and people who distribute the film only want to distribute certain number of films such that they can make their money, because most of the films anyways have OTT deals where they're going to make money. So I don't get this flawed logic of comparing Oppenheimer to Parmanu. Please, please don't do this. At least have some common sense when you're talking about Bollywood and Hollywood. At least compare them properly.